Good morning and welcome to Nonsense Talk News. The biggest news from West Bengal after 55 days. Finally, Trinamool leader Sheikh Shahjahan has been arrested. He was arrested from Minaka late last night. However, his arrest has spruced up numerous controversies. I will be coming to those shortly. But Trinamool right now is in a self-complimenting mood. Leaders of Trinamool are posting self-complimenting tweets on X handle. A quick recap of the developments since morning and then I will be coming to the story. Sheikh Shahjahan has been arrested after 55 days. Opposition BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari has termed it as scripted. Sheikh Shahjahan was produced at the Boshirhat court where the police requested for 15 days remand but the judge granted 10 days remand. Sheikh Shahjahan will be in jail for 10 days. During this time, of course, a lot of things will take place, including a speculation is Enforcement Directorate may ask to hand over Sheikh Shahjahan to them. Don't forget, the entire drama started after Sheikh Shahjahan and his goons had attacked the Enforcement Directorate officials when they went to Sandeshkhali to conduct a raid. And the rest is history, of course. However, later in the day, ADG South Bengal Supratim Sarkar had said that Sheikh Shahjahan has a very bad track record. But as he said, they were actually helpless because of a court order that restricted them to arrest Sheikh Shahjahan. And now since the court has given a go signal, they have arrested Sheikh Shahjahan. Well, these are, of course, the self-complimenting statements because West Bengal State Police is definitely at the receiving end. Supratim Sarkar may claim that it was because of the court order accepted. But then if this man had a very bad track record and since 2019, Sheikh Shahjahan was implicated in numerous cases. And as Supratim Sarkar also said that these cases, which are actually coming up now, are at least 4 to 5 years old and naturally, understood, naturally police will have to go into details and it may take quite some time. But the question is, if Sheikh Shahjahan has a very bad track record, quote unquote, then why police didn't do anything when the villagers went up to them to complain? And there are numerous villagers who have accused the local police of shrugging off, washing off their hands when these villagers, hapless villagers, had gone to complain. Many complainants had said that they were asked to first go to these so-called local leaders before coming to Thana or the local police station. And today Supratim Sarkar is saying that Sheikh Shahjahan had a very bad track record and because of the stay order by the Calcutta High Court, they couldn't act. But now, as you all know, on February 26th, the Calcutta High Court reprimanded Trinamool and said, and of course West Bengal State Police, that there seems to be no reason why the police cannot arrest Sheikh Shahjahan. In fact, it ordered immediate arrest of Sheikh Shahjahan and after that, the both Trinamool and the state police geared up and the Trinamool spokesperson Kunal Ghosh, gave a statement that Sheikh Shahjahan will be arrested within 7 days. So naturally, Trinamool is in a self-complimenting mood. And if you go to X handle and check the tweets, you will find the Trinamool leaders are beating their own trumpet. But can they deny that Sheikh Shahjahan was on the run for 55 odd days? And still, if the court order didn't come up, or if what Mamata Banerjee calls media trial accepted, if journalists, television channels didn't go to the village and dig out the skeletons, then would the Trinamool government had act? I have my doubts. Because on numerous instances, Trinamool leaders, including Kunal Ghosh, had said that these are fake, these women are faking. And don't forget, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had called this entire allegations as til ke tal, exaggeration. After that, can we believe that it was just because of the court order that had restricted the state police to act? Because police have lot of style to track down criminals. Why Sheikh Shahjahan and his goons were looming large in the village, and as the women in the village had accused, they were picked up at the middle of the night and knock on the door, and it would actually make their bones chill. They were picked up by the goons. They were taken to the party office, Trinamool party office, of course. They were molested, they were raped. Only beautiful women were kept for days, and others were dumped the next day. These women also said if it was a middle-aged woman today, if it was aunt or mother today, then it would be the sister or the daughter the next day. After knowing all this, because I am counting ADG Law and Order South Bengal Supratim Sarkar's version, Sheikh Shahjahan had a very bad track record. Why couldn't police do something then? Height of it, when Sheikh Shahjahan has been arrested, he was produced in the court. We heard from his brother Alamgir warning, saying that if the allegations against his brother, elder brother, in Bengali we call Dada, so he said if the allegations are proved to be baseless, they were concocted, framed against his elder brother, then he will see to it. And he warned the villagers and the administration that they will have to pay the price. Funniest part, Alamgir said that they didn't know anything about the whereabouts of Sheikh Shahjahan. And he said that now they are at least relieved to know that his elder brother is fine and safe. The villagers knew, and yesterday night a video had come over the internet on social media showing some of the chamchas of Sheikh Shahjahan were singing ballads in praise of Sheikh Shahjahan in front of him, and Sheikh Shahjahan in a mighty style was enjoying the entire thing. Those who have seen the iconic film by Satyajit Ray, Hirok Raja Deshe, then they will probably able to uh, relate to the song, the lyrics, and the scene that we saw yesterday in this video. And still, Alamgir says that they had no clue about where his Dada was, really. It was totally jubilation in the village Sandeshkhali as the news broke that Sheikh Shahjahan has been arrested. The villagers had played drums, they had distributed sweets, they had played with gulal, and women in the village, as per the tradition, had blown the conch. Not only this, the villagers had actually, as the local term manut or mannat, they had prayed to God that if Sheikh Shahjahan is arrested, then they will perform some rituals at the village temple. So this is the situation in the village. It clearly shows that the villagers were terrified, they were disgusted, and most importantly, they were traumatized. They are still traumatized because we still don't know what will happen to Sheikh Shahjahan. As Shubhendu Adhikari said, there has been some kind of pact between Trinamool and Sheikh Shahjahan. And Sheikh Shahjahan will be either kept at some hospital or he will be given the first class treatment, as we have seen in case of political criminals. Whether it's Uttar Pradesh or Bihar or Haryana, they get mobile phones, they get the best of treatment inside the jail, they get masseurs, they get everything. So if Shubhendu Adhikari is true, then definitely it's alarming. And the fear of these women are not baseless. Because West Bengal State Chief Minister, also the Police Minister, has already refuted by saying these are exaggeration. Nothing of this sort has happened. There is a possibility ED will step in, because we had seen the ED director had visited West Bengal last month, and he had carried out a detailed meeting with the officials, but then Sheikh Shahjahan was nowhere. So there is a speculation that ED may ask for a remand of Sheikh Shahjahan and he may be brought to Delhi, because Sheikh Shahjahan is the culprit of ED because he had attacked the ED officials, his goons. And today during the hearing, he had confessed to the judge that yes, he asked his men to attack the ED officials, anticipating that he will be arrested on that day. I think that's enough. This confession is enough. And still, after this confession, if he enjoys all the perks and perquisites as Shubhendu Adhikari says, then there is a lot of things underneath. Lot of missing links that explains it very clearly. I did not to go into details. And then perhaps BJP will also have to answer a lot of unpleasant questions. And finally, may I ask President Draupadi Murmu why she is so reluctant to impose President's rule. There are at least 4 to 5 probe committees who had recommended President's rule sine die. Not only this, the media fine, we are a fraternity that gets involved in media trial, as politicians always say. But when politicians don't act, when politicians are silent, we have to act, because we are the fourth pillar. Of course, I'm not going into details. There are some of the media houses who are chamchas of the ruling regime. The question is, if now the BJP doesn't act, then when will they act? And as I said, over 4 to 5 recommendations have already been submitted to President Draupadi Murmu for a precedence rule in West Bengal. And as I was saying, the media and some section of people have already recommended military rule, army rule in Sandeshkhali if possible. This is the situation in Sandeshkhali and West Bengal. In fact, entire West Bengal today needs precedence rule. This is Pallab Ghosh signing off for Nonsense Talk News. But before signing off, just one thing. This is definitely a big victory for the people in Sandeshkhali. Yes, there is a scare wave. What will happen to them if Sheikh Shahjahan returns? But definitely, salutations to these women who dared to open up, who dared to raise their voices, come on streets, when the ruling regime and the state police totally ignored them, heckled them, and in some cases, of course, manhandled them. And lastly, to my fraternity in West Bengal, the Bengali channels, salutations. At least the Bengali media this time has proved that they can and they have done what was expected from them, what is expected from journalists.